Helleur, it's Elena Donna, and if you're new to my channel, it is Elena Donna. Welcome. Every week I make bookies and motivational videos here and there, so if you're interested in any of those things, then please feel free to subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Without further ado, let's get on to the books that I've read in May. So the first book that I read was Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Everybody was raving about that book, so I was like, I need to know what the fuss is about. So I listened to it on script and I absolutely loved it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. So because it was not the best, because Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo was, for me, the best ever. But it was still amazing. From the first chapter, I was hooked. I didn't listen to anything else. I didn't pay attention to anything else. I almost missed my stops every time I was on the train and listening to it. That is how invested I was in the story. It is absolutely beautiful, and if you haven't read it or listened to it, then please go do that. It is amazing. It is really amazing. The next book that I read is After We Collided by Anna Todd. It is the second book after and that was turned into a movie. If you haven't seen that movie, then please go check it out. But the books are better, that's all I'm saying. Like, you really should go and pick one up if you're into super drama, relationships, and a lot of heartache but also laughter. Then you should really go and check this out. I gave this one a 3 out of 5 star because to me some parts were just like really long and I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed After. So I can't wait to dive into the third book, which is After We Fell. And for my birthday I got the last book from my dear friend Amber. Thank you so much. She gave me the last book and I already have the book before the series, so this summer I'm so ready for that series. I can't wait to just go in my garden and read it because I also got a new lamp set for my birthday, so I'm ready. But I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars because it was not that great. It was good but not that great. Then I picked up Death Note, and it is this beautiful edition. It's volume 1 and 2 and I absolutely enjoyed it. I just had to get used to the fact that you have to read it from the back to the front and from the right to the left, and it took me a while, so I really took my time reading it, but I still enjoyed it very much. There were a lot of times where I just cracked up and I didn't expect this to be so good. And I'm living for this edition. Like, I'm living for this. This is beautiful. So I give this a 4 out of 5 stars because I really enjoyed it. And I can't wait to pick the other ones up, but I'm trying to save up money, so I have no idea when it's going to be, but far in the future I will. Then I picked up The Golden Cage by Camilla Lackberg, and when I saw this book in our store I was like, that is the book that I'm gonna pick up. Okay, you're gonna come home with me. And I was not disappointed. This was so good. It was not like the thriller, like, oh my god, what is going to happen, where is the killer, It was so well built. The characters were so beautifully developed. They really had their own strong characteristic aspects to themselves, and it was really well done. She really laid it out on the pages. The environments were beautifully described. The feelings of our main character were just like so well done. I enjoyed it from the first page to the last one, and oh my god, the plot twists were amazing. So if you have time this summer, then please pick this one up. It is not scary, it is not gross, it is just an amazing revenge story from a woman's point of view. And I love that because most of the thrillers are just man. It's so a man's world, and it's just like all about men that where are the women? Like, we have really negative feelings as well, and there are also some psycho women. So please give me more stories that have women. So if you have any suggestions when it comes to the thriller section, please let me know, because I really want to read more about women instead of just only men who just flip out or whatever, or get revenge or get mad, or are serial killers, you know. I love my stalker stories, so let me know if you have any of those tips. But I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars because this was really good, like I said, and the plot just blew my mind. So yeah, one of my favorites. Then I listened to the second book from Sweet Pea by C.G. Skews, and it was In Bloom, and I listened to it on script. I didn't love it as much as the first one, but the humor was still on point. She was still my favorite serial killer ever, and I just thought it was a really beautiful story, and it broke my heart while I was driving at the ending, and to me, that was the most beautiful ending. So I have no idea if this is gonna be a third book or not, or this was just a sequel or a duology, if that's how you call it. All these names. But for what it was, if this was the end of the series, then I'm really glad. Yeah, I just looked down because every time I say my phone is reacting and Siri is gonna start talking. So anyways, so if you're into serial killers, if you're into women who are funny, women who just take things that people love and she's giving you another perspective on it, if you just love this diary style like Bridget Jones, then you should really go and listen to this or read this, because this is one of my faves. So I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because it was not as good as the first one, but the first one is one that I really enjoyed. So I can't wait to pick up the Rockaholic book that I have on the CJ SKUs, because I really love her writing and I love how bold she is with her characters, and it's like she has no boundaries at all, and that's something that I absolutely love. So go and pick it up if you can. So these were the 5 books that I read and listened to in May. It's not that much, but I'm still glad with the things that I've read. I really enjoyed it, and I didn't have any book that I was just like hate this, and gives me that dissatisfaction that you sometimes get from reading and then end up in a slump. It is going very well this year, so I'm gonna hopefully continue it. And so far I've read 4 books in June, so I'm on the right track. I'm picking books up that I absolutely adore. If there's something that I don't love, I just scoop it out. And there will be a book on haul video, because there's all the books on my shelf that I don't want anymore, so I'm gonna donate them, and you will see that later. But for today, this was the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next Chagaya.